We're live. We're live. Wake up, my little brothers and sisters, my little Christian children of God. Wake up. Come out of the kitchen. Sit down. Sit right here. Pull up a chair. Let me tell you all about Jesus. Let me tell you all about my Jesus. Welcome on Tuesday. Oh, February. It's warm out today. Well, 40 degrees, but 60 next week? Maybe that old groundhog has something going on here. The 20th of February 2024. Heidi, there you are. I seen something pop up, and it was you. I seen something out of the corner of my eye. I know you can't see what I see. I see the live stream chat. So welcome. Oh my. Uh Crazy things in the world today. Just crazy things going on in the world today. As we begin our day, I don't know, did that go? Let me see. There's a lot of craziness going on in this world. You got that right. You got that right, sister. I want to say I'll repeat it, I guess, if we get more people in. But I found out something about Joe Biden today. His great grandfather committed a vicious attack, a knife attack, a fatal attack on someone that he was arguing with. And guess what? So Joe Biden's great grandfather commits this atrocity with a knife and assaults this person he had an argument with fatally. And Abraham Lincoln pardoned Joe Biden's great grandfather. Oh my. Yet you can't make these things up. You just can't really make these things up. No, I haven't seen about the explosions in Lebanon, but I believe it because the war in the Middle East is on fire. I'm telling you. We're going to delve into that here in a moment. It doesn't surprise me about the war in Lebanon. But I'm telling you, what a day and age that we're living in. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, I'm sore today on my phone. Oh, there's one last chance. Hey, y'all. Excavator, I'm listening. Oh, okay. Okay. Did you hear about Joe Biden? Did you catch that? His great grandfather was pardoned by Abraham Lincoln for committing an assault. There you are. Hi, David. David Bloom. Welcome. Did you guys catch that? I just found that out today. I didn't know that Joe Biden's great grandpa got into a fight with another gentleman, and it turned into a knife fight. And a fatal knife fight. And Abraham Lincoln pardoned Joe Biden's great grandfather. Oh my. Like I said, you can't make these things up. Let me see if I can find something about Lebanon. Anyone know what's going on in Lebanon? We've got WikiLeaks. Julian Assange fights U.S. extradition in a court in London. I'm not catching anything. Massachusetts School Board members want National Guard. Huh. We need the National Guard. I'm not seeing anything about an explosion. Alabama, Israel orders evacuations in northern Gaza. Human leg found on New York City subway tracks. A human leg. Oh, I got mine. Everybody check. You got your legs? Because they found one, if you're missing one, on the subway. On the subway in New York City. So, oh my goodness. So if you're missing a leg, New York PD has it. Person of interest named an 11-year-old Texas girl's disappearance. Missing Florida woman's husband has not been absent. Boom, 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 boom. I posted on my blog this morning about all, no one's talking about what happens. Just say, and I don't think it'll happen, just say the far liberal left elite that control the purse strings and the puppet strings of Joe Biden, Obama Biden. Just say something happens to Donald Trump. Heaven forbid that he gets arrested or something worse. He hasn't chosen a vice president yet. We know if Sleepy Joe falls to the wayside and forgets his name, there's a vice president, and she's not much better. I don't know if she's any better at all. Kamala Harris, but who would take over the Republican side since Trump's the front runner? I don't think it would go to Nikki Haley. She's nobody likes her. She's Democratic funded by the Democratic Party, and so if Trump was out of the picture, what happens? Where do we go from there? I don't know. I put that on my blog site today. So I don't know the answer to that one. That's something to think about. And I don't know if anyone has the answer to that. That's really, really strange. But I pray to our good Lord. It's not going to be her. She is there running interference for the Democratic Party. I didn't like her when she was the United Nations ambassador. I didn't care for her personally. And didn't she leave her post early? Didn't she resign as UN ambassador? It's like she can't handle pressure. And she wants to raise Social Security, and she's leaning on the fence with abortion. It's like, I don't know. Button, who's got Joe Biden button? And Joe Biden's brother is probably squealing like a pig. There's Joe Biden's brother, Jim Biden. He's going before Congress. It wasn't me. It was Joe. You know what I mean? It wasn't me. Oh, no, it wasn't me. It was the big guy. Well, who's the big guy? My brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. I have never liked her. I mean, I love people. I just don't like her ideas. You know what I mean? I don't like the ideas. Well, I did go to Tim Hortons, and got a coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore. 1 cup a day in the morning. So I got a Tim Hortons. They put this sleeve on here. Ever since that person in the drive-thru got burnt, scalded on McDonald's coffee. Remember that? Now you got warnings on the cup. You got sleeves on the cup. I can't get the darn thing off. I don't like sleeves. Do you guys like sleeves? I don't like Tim Hortons anymore. They changed the coffee beans or something. It just doesn't taste the same. I heard McDonald's bought the rights to the coffee they were using, the Arabic coffee, or I don't know how you say it, but it just doesn't taste the same anymore. And if you're not in Michigan, you don't know what the daylights I'm talking about, because Tim Hortons hasn't made it too far yet. It comes from Canada, from Tim Horton was a Canadian hockey player, eh? I make my own in the morning, but I don't, I'm out and about so much, and I pass the Tim Hortons, and I figure, well, I got a little extra change, and I got me a coffee. I was out doing ministry work this morning. Pray for our ministry, because all of our regulars, I don't know what happened to them. The only ones that are regular and is every month is well, I never know how often is I can't say her name. She wants to be anonymous, but she's always in our chat. She's not in here right now. And Monica Chapman and everybody else is kind of falling off to the wayside. So pray, because we can't do the ministry. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I don't know what's going on. Is YouTube censoring me or ghosting me? I don't know what's happening, but pray for those to give enough for a cup of coffee. That puts a smile on the face of a homeless person that's out there on the corner freezing to death. But been doing a lot on rumble.com. I like Rumble. I was going to go live at noon on Rumble, but I don't think so. I'm not feeling real great today. I'm waiting on the test results of their testing for why do I have so much fatigue. So they did all of the blood work and all that, and I'm waiting. You can go online and look at your test results. So it hasn't come through yet. So that's got me a little puzzled, because I went a week ago, last Tuesday, and we're not seeing any results, but the doctor hasn't called, so that might be one good sign. But I get really tired, and I sleep 8, 9 hours a night, 10 hours a night. I sleep, but I'm just fatigued. I get, people are telling me I go to different, which sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not so good. You go into these groups. Like, there's a group for everything. If there's a group for every disease, cancer group, support group, there's a support group for sepsis that I had, and colon cancer support group. There's so many support groups. They and you go in there and you get all of this advice, and a lot of them are saying it's from the sepsis, that it never goes away, just like the tingling. Sometimes I'll be doing something, and I used to talk a lot with my hands, but sometimes my fingers will lock. They'll just get distorted and lock up, and it's so painful. And then the numbness in my legs. Going up a flight of stairs, it's hard for me to raise the left leg, because it's almost like you go to the dentist and they numb you. That's what it feels like. Like right now, the top of my left thigh. So that's all neuropathy, I guess, from having sepsis. But I just want to make sure there's nothing else going on. I got a PET scan, a cancer scan, PET scan coming up in April. So just keep on praying, folks. One last sentence: folks are struggling. Those that you think are doing well, you're probably not doing so hard. Well, that's true. That's, some I see given to others, and I don't know. It's just I worry because I can't do this on my own. I can't. Everybody can afford $1. 23,900 subscribers to this channel. If everybody gave $1, do you know we'd end homelessness in the city of Flint? There'd be no more homeless. We'd end it. $23,000 if everyone gave $1. So people could give. You can give $1. I give to so many. I don't like the 501c3s because it scares me, because they don't. If you send them $100, the charity's only going to get about, I don't know, $10 maybe, and the rest goes in everybody's pocket. That's what the 501c3 is. The charitable organizations were. So you got to be careful with that. Then there's I see people on YouTube with long descriptions wanting you to support their channel and please support this ministry, but it's a YouTube ministry. But there's not an outreach ministry, so they don't go out, and they don't need funding for gas and insurance and licensing to have a ministry. They don't have to buy commodities. They don't have to buy personal hygiene products, hats, coats, winter gloves, food to feed the homeless. They just make YouTube videos. And they say, will you support me? And my PayPal link is so and so. And people give them tons of money. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And there's no outreach. But they like the fear. They love to hear the fear. But the YouTuber is putting up, the banks are collapsing. We're at the time of the apocalypse, and the food is off of the shelves, and they love that. They love to be on the edge of their seat with fear. So they'll send money, and the guy's sitting back saying, "What apocalyptic event can I make up next?" And they're cashing it in on the bank. One of the good ones for that would be Paul Begley. He became a millionaire off of you. He never goes anywhere. He goes on vacations. He's kind of like Joe Biden. He'd go flying on your dime all over the place. He never gave a homeless person a sandwich in his life. You know, so true, so true. But it would cost me $12.99 to send. Oh yeah, where are you at? You're way out somewhere, huh? You're not sending me. So that's what people don't. You're not sending me anything. You're sending Jesus. Jesus is hungry. Jesus wants a sandwich. Jesus wants a drink of fresh water. He doesn't want to drink with his hands out of the Flint River. He would like a bottled water. That's about $1 now. Jesus would like a tent, so he's not sleeping out in the cold like he did when he was a baby, because there's no animals to keep him warm. So no one gives me anything. It doesn't go to me. In fact, I pay tax. On every donation that comes in, I pay tax at the end of the year. So January now, Christy and I are pulling our hair out because we pay out way more than whatever comes in. So if you send me $20, I got to pay the tax on that, because I refuse to be a 501c3. I won't ever put the government in front of Jesus and kick Jesus out. That's why I can have Trumpet of God Ministries and DBA in Genesee County, and I can say whatever I want. I can talk about abortion and the wrong abortion, the LGBTQ abominations, and no one can do anything. No one can do anything to me, because I refuse to fall into the government's hands. So yeah, but when you get to a minute, I do like. What is it? I can't think of it. Samaritan's Purse. What good things they do. I do. Nothing would go to Joel Osteen, but Franklin Graham, that's a great, wonderful organization. But again, a 501c3. So when you send your $50 to Franklin Graham, maybe $2 is going actually to the cause, because he's got a lot of people to pay. I know they got volunteers, but they still got, it's a business, so they've got people to pay. But the one I'm not sure about is Eckstein. What's her name? Christians and Jews, where they're showing the elderly Jewish people in the Soviet Union, former Soviet Union, in Ukraine, and they're asking for help, but they fly in on these big jetliners, and I can't for the life of me. Their home is Israel. They were forced into the old Ukraine, the former Soviet Union. They've been there during the time of the Holocaust, and their families, and get them out of there. Israel has a ton of money. I mean, I'm not talking down against Israel, but the Jewish people in America today, they have a lot of money. You ever see their synagogues? They're like Trump's. They're like Trump's Mar-a-Lago. I mean, they got money, and they take care of one another. The Jewish people take care of one another. They set them up in their own businesses. They set them up in their own shops. They make sure they go to college. Instead of flying that big jet in and giving them a box of food, why don't you put them on the jet and take them home? Take them home. That's my only complaint with that. I've always had that complaint. And they're a 501c3. I just can't understand. Why don't you just take them, get them out of there, get them out of Ukraine? You're flying in. Samaritan's Purse does that, and they get them out and get them to safety. They put up hospitals. They put up actual hospitals, and the whatever it is for Christians and Jews, and with I just don't understand. Why would you let them people suffer? They're God's people, and get them out of there. You got the money. You got the money. I'd send right away. I would send $45 or $25 if it meant getting them on a flight and getting them out of Ukraine. I understand and can respect your position on the fact with the however someday that runs a business, it would be smarter to go. It would be smarter because you're being fooled by the federal government. The church, there's such a thing, and I hope you can understand that there's such a thing called the separation of church and state. Prior to the 1950s, the church was never taxed. The church was never taxed. They didn't pay any tax. They started ever since the pioneer days, the pilgrim. The church was exempt, and they didn't pay any tax. But it started in when Lyndon Johnson, and you can do your own research. Then you'll see I'm telling you the truth. There was no in the 1950s. There was no 501c3. If you were a preacher in Arkansas, you could run all the charity. You didn't account to the IRS for nothing. If you were a Baptist preacher in Mississippi, you didn't pay anything. But it was in the 50s that all of a sudden the churches started getting into politics. They started poking their nose where they shouldn't be poking their nose. They're like, well, you're a Democrat, and why isn't my state getting this? And why are these things not happening for our people? And Lyndon Baines Johnson, then Senator Johnson, later to become president, said, the church is getting outspoken. They're getting into our business. They're getting into the business of the state, the business of the government. They want to know why this and why that. And, the majority of these preachers are backwoods, good old boys, toothless hillbilly preachers from the South. We could tell them, if you join this organization, the 501c3, he already had it all planned out, you'll be tax exempt. And he said, they're so laid back, they're so hillbilly, they'll believe it, they'll buy it, hook, line, and sinker. And they did. The church bought it. All of a sudden, Baptists, all the preachers, the Pentecostal, wow, we don't have to pay tax anymore. You didn't have to pay tax anyway, but Johnson pulled a big one over on you. I don't have to pay tax. I pay the tax, but I mean, you know what I mean? I don't have to have the state tell me. But the catch is when you become a 501c3, you have to obey, not God anymore. God's out of the picture, just like he got kicked out of our country. And the federal government is now your God. He's your demigod. So you got a whole list. You think I haven't been a 501c3 before? You think I haven't checked into this? There's a whole list of do's and don'ts. And if you want to remain a corporate entity, your church is not a church, it's a corporate entity, then there's protocol you got to go by. Don't speak against the gay community. Don't speak against gay lifestyles. Put up a rainbow flag on your altar. Do not speak out against abortion, and don't get into political debates, and it's all to keep the church quiet. Well, that's the truth, and that's the truth. So, let homeless people stay on my property before we have too, and got to the it. Too. Well, it depends who you're letting stay. I see now they're having people stay. You can disobey, it just takes your status away. Well, I don't want that status. I want the status that Jesus is the head of this ministry, Trumpet of God Ministries. This YouTube channel, Google's not the head of this. That's why they shadow ban me. That's why no one gets notifications that I'm going live, because I'm not obeying. I won't obey Google. I won't obey the state. I obey Jesus. This is a church. This is a ministry. Right now, whether you like it or not, you're in church, and so we're all learning something. Hopefully, I'm learning something. But I'm never going to let anyone tell me. I've got a wedding I'm performing in a week, and I'm going to perform it the way I feel like it. You know, if I want to turn somebody down, I'll turn them down. No one can tell me. No one can do anything. Nobody can do anything. I'm my own boss. I'm my own entity in Genesee County. I have nobody over me. Docket number 201901140000657. Trumpet of God Ministries in the county of Genesee. And you see that? I'm my own boss. Nobody tells me what to do. Jesus is the head of the Simple Truth. Pastor Dave Youngs, Jesus is the head of this. I know what I'm doing. As an accountant, I can understand that. I can understand, but I'm not going to fall prey to the wiles of the enemy. I know what happened with Lyndon Johnson. I know what happened. I know how they insulted God. And you can see it today. You can't say the Pledge of Allegiance. If I said the Pledge of Allegiance right now, they probably ban my channel. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We had to say that in school when we were kids. We had to stand before the flag, before class, and say and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. And I will do it. And you in Google, you know where you can go, where there's fire and where there's screaming and gnashing of teeth. Go there, Google, because I'm going to do what God wants. I'm going to do what God says. I'm not going to do what Google, what Yahoo, what anybody tells me to do. I only obey one master, and his name is Jesus. And that's it. So that's why YouTube doesn't like me. That's why I go into a TikTok. They haven't figured me out yet. And we did our live yesterday. YouTube, I had 4 people on YouTube, and I had 897 people in our live on TikTok, because I'm not shadow banned over there. But that's how that goes. So anyway, I got to get running. Pray for our ministry. It's a little bit after 11, heading. I don't know where I'm going. We don't have anything coming in. So, but I'm heading out to pray. That's all I can do. And I do go out there. I got Bible tracts. I'll go out there and pray with them. I can't feed them. We don't have anything coming in. So pray for our ministry and pray for those to come back. Those that the prodigals that ran away from this ministry. Come back. We need your help. Jesus needs your help. The poor and the hungry need your help. Okay, I'll be back later. God bless everybody.